In 1851, in what is now known as Iraq, archaeologist and explorer Sir Austin Henry Layard discovered a library with 22,000 tablets containing what we know to be the earliest writings on Earth. The writings date back to over 6,000 years ago when the region was known as Mesopotamia, Sumer, and Babylon. Amongst these vast writings is a story which mirrors the book of Genesis in the Bible. It tells a story of a great flood which reshaped the face of the planet Earth and all of her inhabitants. It tells a story of a tower built and the creation of the spoken word. One of these scrolls includes a star map of what appears to be a sun and its planets. The writings include detailed descriptions and maps of our solar system matching what we know today and beyond. It includes a 10th planet in an orbit between Mars and Jupiter. It is written that the 10th planet Nibiru was thrust into our solar system and collided with the planet Tiamat. The remaining bulk of Tiamat over time became Eridu, the Earth as we know it, and the rest of her became the asteroid belt. In retrograde to the other 9 planets, Nibiru took orbit around our Sun in a long ecliptic or apogee. Lasting 3,600 years, it passes between Mars and Jupiter. In recent years, based on the patterns of our known solar system, astronomers have been looking for a planet with this same orbit. In search of this planet, they discovered the planet Pluto. The search continues.
So that's Google Earth. Are you aware of Google Sky? Google Sky is run by, guess who? NASA. And they plug into all of their satellites. So you can go into Google Sky and you can look at the whole sky as it is right now. So when I say this to you, go to Google Sky and have a look at the constellation of Leo. No, it's not blacked out. Okay? When you look at it, there's nothing untoward about it. Then go to the little right-hand corner and shift up in the infrared spectrum. And as you shift it to the infrared spectrum, suddenly appears an object that looks like that in the infrared spectrum. The winged destroyer the ancient Egyptians talk about. Here's a little brown dwarf.
Scientists say it may be a new planet on the edge of our solar system. It's called Tiki, named for an ancient Greek goddess. If it's real, Tiki's a supergiant, 4 times the size of Jupiter, made of hydrogen and helium. Scientists from the University of Louisiana say it hasn't been found because it's so far away, 15,000 times farther from the sun than Earth.
You to vote on the news, and here's the winner. There is a huge, hidden, heavenly body right here in our solar system. Evidence is mounting that either a brown dwarf star or a gas giant planet is lurking at the outermost reaches of our solar system, far beyond the planet Pluto. According to the British newspaper The Independent, the object is 4 times the size of Jupiter. Experts say the presence of such a massive object could explain why a barrage of comets has been coming from that direction. We'll post.
One of the other rare types of objects that WISE may find is possibly the nearest star to our sun. We think that there's a good chance that our sun actually does have a closer neighbor than we already know about, and it's likely to be a very cool type of star called a brown dwarf. The temperature may be room temperature or even colder, maybe as cold as an iceberg, say.
طلوع الكوكب المذنب علامة من العلامات لظهور المهدي عليه السلام. جاء في كتاب 250 علامة حتى ظهور الإمام المهدي عليه السلام لمحمد علي الطباطبائي. علامة 190 نجم أحمر مذنب بذنبين يكادان أن يلتقيا. قال فيه عن الصادق عليه السلام: طلوع الكوكب المذنب يفزع العرب، وهو نجم بالمشرق يضيء كما يضيء القمر، ثم ينعطف حتى يكاد يلتقي طرفاه، وتظهر حمرة في السماء وتنشر في آفاقها. وعن مشارق أنوار اليقين مثله، وذلك عند طلوع الكوكب الذي يفزع له العرب وهو شبيه الذنب. فهناك تنقطع الأمطار وتجف الأنهار وتختلف الأعصار وتغلو الأسعار في جميع الأقطار. وفي كتاب الشيعة والرجعة عن أمير المؤمنين عليه السلام: ألا وإن لخروجه علامات 10، أولها تخريق الرايات في أزقة الكوفة، وتعطيل المساجد، وانقطاع الحاج، وخسف وقذف بخراسان، وطلوع الكوكب المثنى، واقتران النجوم، وهرج ومرج، وقتل ونهب. وتلك علامات 10، ومن العلامة إلى العلامة عجل، فإذا تمت العلامات قام قائمنا.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد. All the past civilizations have warned about the red planet or winged destroyer that comes around every few thousand years, and it's coming by Allah's will as a punishment, punishing us for not keeping the covenant, punishing us for accepting the supremacy of the people and dismissing the supremacy of Allah. All the traditions tell us that when this planet comes, the majority of Earth's population will die because of environmental disasters, famine and diseases. It's like the flood during Prophet Noah's time, alayhi salam, which is gonna cleanse the earth and wash away all evil. Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa alihi wasallam said, "My Ahlul Bayt are like the Ark of Noah. The one who embarks it will have saved himself, and the one who turns away from it will perish."
As many of you are aware, there is an anomaly in our solar system that is quickly approaching a devastation point. Some call it Nibiru, some call it Comet Ellie, some call it the Winged Destroyer, some call it Wormwood. Some even say it's a cluster, a group of astral bodies, perhaps an entirely separate solar system to ours that is on an elliptical orbit that passes through our solar system every 3,600 years. Whatever you choose to label it, one thing has become increasingly clear. It's getting closer to this planet, and it's affecting it greatly.
In her columns, the long predicting giant red planet, the one prophesied by the Mayans, ancient Egyptians, and the Ahlul Bayt from the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, to further validate the prophecies and calculations of many other cultures. One thing we do know is that there's always a way if Allah wills, as He, subhanahu wa ta'ala, has given Nuh alayhi salam before his safeguard and inspired him to build the ark and rescued true believers and left behind the nations of disobedience, blasphemy and doubt.
Are these the events that are going to lead to 3 days of darkness? It does seem that there are a large number of objects all ready to pay a visit to Earth. If these events happen tomorrow, in a week or 3 months, we have to realize we're going to inshallah face extraordinary situations in our lifetime. So, are we really ready to face a second flood in which most of the population on Earth will be wiped out? This includes family, friends, neighbors, people from the same towns and cities. My main 2 thoughts on this are, subhanahu wa ta'ala does not give us a burden that we cannot bear, and jinn and mankind have been created to worship Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. By worship, it means to know. How many of us have worked to know our Creator?
God is our refuge and strength, a very present help in trouble. Therefore, we will not fear. Even though the earth be removed, and though the mountains be carried into the midst of the sea, though its waters roar and be troubled, though the mountains shake with its swelling, there is a river whose streams shall make glad the city of God, the holy place of the tabernacle of the Most High. God is in the midst of her. She shall not be moved. God shall help her just at the break of dawn. The nations raged, the kingdoms were moved. He uttered his voice, is with us. The earth melted. The God of Jacob is our refuge. Come behold the works of the Lord, who has made desolations in the earth. He makes wars cease to the end of the earth.
Power is for Allah, might is for Allah, the one, the only, the irresistible.